If you are looking for new 2D games to play, you have come to the right video. I've been scouring the internet to find the best 2D games, and I even found some really good free-to-play ones as well, so make sure to try those out. This is gonna be a long video, so make sure to check out the description or comment section for timestamps. And while you're scrolling down to the timestamps, consider hitting the like button. It helps a ton with the YouTube algorithm, and I really appreciate the support. That's enough rambling from me. Enjoy the video. Katana ZERO, a really fast-paced action platformer set in a neon-drenched retro-inspired world. And you take on the role as a samurai, known as the Dragon. And you are armed with a razor-sharp katana and the ability to manipulate time. And you must navigate through tightly designed levels, cutting down enemies in a rapid one-hit kill sequence. And this will require precision, reflexes, and strategy, as any mistake can be deadly. And the narrative is just as good as the gameplay, and is told through a series of fragmented memories, cryptic dialogue, and therapy sessions. And throughout the game, you will slowly unravel the mysteries surrounding your identity, your assignment, and the traumatic events in your past. And the story plays deeply with themes of trauma, identity, and manipulation, often blurring the lines between reality and hallucinations. Complementing the intense gameplay and intriguing story is the really distinct audio-visual style. The game features a pixel art aesthetic with fluid animations and vibrant, contrasting colors that perfectly captures the neon-lit underworld in which the game takes place. The soundtrack is also phenomenal, and not only sets the game's tone, but also adjusts to your actions, amplifying the tension in a combat scenario. And the game is absolutely a standout title as an indie game 2D platformer. Undertale, a really unique role-playing game that is set in a world where humans and monsters once lived together, but are now separated. And you take on the role as a child who falls into the underground, basically a large secluded region beneath the Earth's surface. And this is where all the monsters are. Now, what really makes the game distinct is the emphasis on choice. You can choose to attack or spare enemies, leading to different story outcomes. This means that it's possible to go through the game without harming a single creature, basically a pacifist approach. And the main character is also quirky and endearing, and is deeply developed. This can also be seen with the monsters, as they also have their own story, personality, and moral dilemmas, really encouraging you to understand and emphasize rather than seeing them merely as an enemy. And the game really hits deep in terms of friendship, determination, and the consequences of your action. Visually, the game is also really beautiful and has a cool retro pixel art aesthetic reminiscent of classic games. The game's soundtrack is also a standout element, with really catchy tunes that range anywhere from comedic to haunting. And Undertale, with really unique gameplay, engaging narrative, and characters you won't forget. The game is often hailed as one of the best indie games of its generation. Spelunky 2, a really unique roguelike platformer, where the game is built from the foundation of the predecessor, and you are introduced into a new world filled with unpredictable challenges. This could be hidden secrets and a ton of treasures, and it is your job to journey into the depths of the moon in search of your parents. And the core mechanics remain familiar, but enhanced if you played the other Spelunky game. But the levels are incredibly intricate and layered, with the entire secondary area running parallel to the main path, presenting you with more choices and potential strategies. The game also features a range of new items, enemies, traps, and environments that'll keep the gameplay fresh and unpredictable. Additionally, the game has a high emphasis on interactions between various elements, and this can result in chain reactions that can either aid you or harm you. But one of the standout features of the game is the multiplayer component. You can team up with friends in a cooperative play, delving into the lunar caverns together, assisting or sabotaging each other. There's also an arena mode where you can compete and test your skills against other players. And with really defined mechanics, deep world lore, and enhanced multiplayer features, Spelunky 2 is one of the best roguelike platformer games out there. Dead Cells, a masterpiece when it comes to action platformer with roguelike elements. And at its core, the game blends exploration with high stakes unpredictability, and you take on the role as a reanimated corpse in a world of an ever-changing castle, and you must battle your way through hordes of creatures in your quest to uncover the secrets of your existence. And the game is highly known for its fast-paced combat. You will need to utilize a variety of weapons, tools, and abilities to take down enemies. The combat system is really fluid, allowing for a great combination of slashes, dodges, and parries. And the game will really reward you for mastering the nuances of each weapon and enemy type. And as you progress throughout the game, you will collect cells and blueprints from defeated enemies, which you can then use to unlock and upgrade equipment, therefore enhancing and allowing you for diverse playstyle and strategies. And one of the most defining features is the procedural generation. Each one presents different layout of levels, enemy placement, and loot. And upon your death, you are sent back to the beginning, but you will still keep your progression elements retained. This could be your abilities or your weapons. And this structure really ensures that while the challenge remains consistent, no two playthroughs are exactly alike. This, coupled with really detailed pixel art graphics and a great atmospheric soundtrack, is why Dead Cells is one of the best games to play in the genre. Hollow Knight, one of the best indie games ever made. It masterfully combines elements of action, exploration, and great gameplay. And a game set in the hauntingly beautiful world of Hallownest, a sprawling underground kingdom where you will take the role as a Hollow Knight, and you must delve into the depths of the decaying realm to uncover the secrets and confront twisted inhabitants. And the game is highly known for intricate and interconnected world design. You must navigate through a variety of beautifully hand-drawn environments. This could be from fungal groves and ancient cities to haunted wastelands. But as you delve deeper, you'll encounter an array of challenging foes, each demanding unique strategies to conquer. And you can then harness the power of the soul, and this is collected by striking enemies, and you can use that to cast spells or heal yourself. And throughout the journey, you will find charms that offer diverse abilities and effects, allowing for a highly customizable gameplay experience. Now, one of the best features of Hollow Knight is definitely the environmental storytelling. So rather relying on a direct exposition, the lore of the game is gradually revealed through NPC interactions, environmental cues, and cryptic inscriptions. And all of this combined with the soundtrack further immerses you into the beautiful world. And the game with challenging combat, deep lore, and compelling exploration, Hollow Knight is a standout title and shows that even indie games can compete with the big companies. Terraria, one of the most beloved games of all times, and for good reason. And the game takes place in a vast pixel art world, brimming with possibilities. And at the heart of the game is a very simple directive: dig into the ground, fight, explore, and build. And you'll begin in a procedurally generated world with basic tools, and you must then mine for resources, battle creatures, and craft equipment. But as you delve deeper into the underground or explore different biomes, you'll encounter an array of unique environments. And these also come with their own resources, creatures, and challenges. This could be anywhere from the floating islands in the sky to the deep underworld where great foes will wait for you. And the game world is expansive and varied, and crafting is a massive part of it, with hundreds of weapons, armors, and potions that can all be made or found throughout the world. And one of the best features of the game is hands down the boss battles. These massive confrontations with giant creatures will really offer you some challenge, but of course also yield really good rewards and unlock a new layer of progression so you can get deeper into the game. And Terraria, with a blend of exploration, building, combat, and a rich progression system, the game truly offers a deep, engaging experience that can keep you playing for thousands of hours easily. Stardew Valley, a really delightful farming simulation, and the game starts out with you inheriting a farm, and you are then tasked with restoring it to its prosperity. And beyond mere agriculture, the game has a multifaceted experience that encompasses farming, mining, fishing, foraging, and even combat. And at its core, the game is about relationships and choices. As the season changes, you can plant and harvest crops, raise animals, and expand your farm. And the town itself is also filled with a diverse cast of characters, each with their own personalities, stories, and routines. And you can then choose to foster friendships, pursue romantic relationships, or even start a family. And beyond just engaging mechanics, the game resonates deeply for its great attention to detail and underlying themes. The game will allow you to escape the pressures of modern life and just reconnect with nature and simpler times. And its open-ended nature of the game ensures you can play it for thousands of hours without ever getting tired of it. Faster than light, one of the best top-down games ever made. Basically, the game is a real-time strategy roguelike game that takes place in a captain's seat of a spacecraft, and you are navigating through a dangerous galaxy with the ultimate goal of delivering critical information. And with amazing pixel art style and compelling soundtrack, the game offers a blend of tactical decision-making, ship management, and random events. But at its core, the game will challenge you to manage your ship crew, resources, and systems while engaging in tactical combat against various enemy vessels. You'll need to distribute power between ship systems. This could be weapons, shields, and engines, while also directing crew members to repair damage, repel borders, or operate critical stations. And as you can probably tell, one of the most defining characteristics of the game is the difficulty. Death is permanent, and once a ship is destroyed, you'll need to start over from scratch. But this roguelike element, combined with vast array of space configurations, random encounters, ensures that the game offers immense replayability, as you'll need to learn and adapt from each playthrough, adapting your strategies and making better informed decisions, and with a great captivating blend of strategy, decision making, and unpredictability. This is one of the best modern indie strategy games out there. Slay the Spire, a really compelling fusion of roguelike and deck building mechanics, and you are presented with a unique challenge every time you embark on the game. At the start of each run, you must choose of several distinct characters, each with their own specialized unique abilities. The objective is very straightforward: climb the spire, battling a succession of foes and bosses, all while optimizing your deck of cards. And the game is primarily centered around turn-based combat. You must use energy to play cards from your hand, and these can represent attacks, defenses, skills, or powers. And as you progress throughout the Spire, you will encounter various opportunities to add new cards to your deck, remove existing ones, or upgrade your cards to more potent versions. And this intricate balance ensures that success requires strategic foresight and adaptability. But what has truly made the game stand out in the title is the depth and replayability. With numerous cards, and everything path throughout the Spire, no two runs are ever the same, and this unpredictability, combined with the game's challenging nature, creates a cycle of learning and pushing you to refine your strategy with each attempt. And the game's blend of challenging decision making, RNG elements, and really satisfying progression has made the game a fan favorite. Darkest Dungeon, a challenging gothic roguelike turn-based strategy game, and you are charged with managing a rotating roster of adventurers as they delve into the depths of various horrifying dungeons. However, it is not just the monsters and traps that pose a threat. The psychological stresses of adventuring, the mounting fear, paranoia, and madness can prove just as deadly, if not more. And at the heart of Darkest Dungeon is a really innovative stress mechanic. As you face terrors, your stress level will rise, leading to afflictions that can hinder your performance or even cause you to act unpredictable during combat. And these psychological scars are persistent, and you must decide when to let a hero rest and recover or risk their mental breakdown. And this focus on the mental toll of adventuring adds a ton of layers of strategy to party composition, resource management, and dungeon crawling, making every decision weighty and consequential. And the game is known for its dark, hand-drawn art style, punishing yet rewarding gameplay, and the grim atmosphere. The game does not shy away from the realities of leadership and the burdens of decision making, often pushing you to make tough, even heart-wrenching choices about who to save and who to sacrifice. And the game serves as a stark commentary on the cost of heroism and the psychological trauma that often goes hand in hand with battling darkness, both literal and metaphorical. Don't stop together. The game drops players into a harsh, eerie, and bizarre world filled with strange creatures, dangers, and surprises. The game's ultimate goal: to survive in this untamed wilderness as long as possible, staving off hunger, maintaining sanity, and defending against a variety of threats. And the game's charm and uniqueness lies in its distinct gothic visual style and the relentless challenge of survival. And the fact it's a multiplayer game enhances the experience, as surviving with your friends or strangers adds a layer of strategy and cooperation. And at the start of the game, you will find yourself in a randomly generated world with little to nothing in your inventory, and you will need to explore, gather resources, craft items, and eventually build a sustainable base. And as the game progresses, seasons will change, each bringing its own set of challenges, and you must continually adapt, finding food, crafting equipment, taming wildlife, and managing your character's health, sanity, and hunger levels. And Don't Starve Together is a game for those who love the thrill of survival games, with the challenge of starting from scratch and building up to survive in a challenging environment. Celeste, one of the best indie platformer games ever made, and the game perfectly combines tight precision-based gameplay with a heartfelt narrative. The game follows a young woman named Madeline, and as you embark on a perilous journey to climb a mysterious mountain, and through your ascent, you are challenged by difficult level designs. Levels are filled with spikes, pitfalls, and other hazards, all set against the backdrop of a mountain that's beautiful and varied. Now, the gameplay in Celeste is characterized by precision platforming mechanics. You can jump, climb walls, and perform a mid-air dash, and these are all key ingredients to navigate the game's challenges. And as you progress throughout the game, new mechanics and obstacles are introduced, demanding quick reflexes, precise timing, and strategic planning. And despite its high level of difficulty, the game is widely praised for its fair and responsive controls, which encourages players to play without feeling overly frustrated. However, what truly set the game apart from other platformers is the touching narrative. As you ascend the mountain, you are confronted not only by physical challenges, but also personal ones. And the game delves deep into themes of mental health, self-doubt, and resilience. And the story, as well as a great cast of characters and a hauntingly beautiful soundtrack, creates a beautiful game. And Celeste will not only test your platforming skills, but also your personal growth. Now we're looking at Endless Sky, an open source 2D space trading and combat game that allows you to explore a vast galaxy filled with diverse alien races, planets, and star systems. And you, as a space captain, your goal is to earn a living through various means, such as trading goods, ferrying passengers, or even a bit of piracy. And the choices you make affect your journey, giving the game a high degree of replayability. And the gameplay is a deeply immersive and player-driven experience. You can choose to follow the main story, or venture out on your own to explore the universe. And as you earn money, you can upgrade your ship, or even build a fleet of ships to take on more dangerous tasks. The game also includes a combat system. You can engage with hostile forces, adding an element of action to the space exploration and trading. And one of the key highlights of Endless Sky is the rich lore and expansive universe. The game features hundreds of star systems and planets, each with their own cultures, economies, and political systems. The game's graphics are beautifully designed, offering a sense of vastness and depth. And as a free-to-play game, Endless Sky offers an impressively deep gaming experience, especially for fans of exploration and space. Now we're looking at Eternal Senia, a free-to-play action RPG that tells a heartwarming story about the bond between two sisters. You set out on a journey to find your lost sister in the Tower of Eternity, where you'll encounter various monsters and challenges along the way. And the game combines elements of action RPG and emotional narrative to deliver a gaming experience you won't forget. And the gameplay revolves battling enemies, collecting items, and upgrading your character. The combat system is quite easy to grasp, making it really accessible to new players. Yet it also requires strategy and planning as you progress later throughout the game. The game offers a variety of weapons and gear to collect and upgrade, adding depth to the gameplay. And what truly sets the game apart is the poignant narrative and enchanting art style. The story unfolds through dialogues and in-game cutscenes, really immersing you into the journey. The game is visually pleasing and coupled with a captivating sound design that really creates a world that draws you in. And a combination of engaging gameplay, rich narrative, and endearing characters makes it an excellent choice for fans of story-driven RPGs. Now we're looking at Relic ZERO Remix, a really captivating, fast-paced, free-to-play shooter where you follow a group of relic hunters, and as you explore uncharted galaxies to uncover alien relics, you must combat an evil space dog and his army. And the game combines an element of action, exploration, and shooter mechanics with a really cartoonish, vibrant art style, resulting in a charming and really fun experience. And the gameplay revolves around exploring various levels, each filled with enemies and challenging boss fights. And you can choose from a roster of unique characters, each with their own distinct abilities, and unlock a variety of weapons as you progress. The game includes a stamina mechanic that adds a layer of strategy to the otherwise fast-paced action, making it necessary to think before dashing or performing melee attacks. And one of the standout features is the really engaging cooperative play. It supports local and online multiplayer, allowing players to team up with friends and combine their hunters' abilities strategically. Additionally, the game offers a challenging endless mode where you can test your skill against endless waves of enemies. And with really bright and colorful visuals, a catchy soundtrack, and really smooth responsive controls, Relic Hunters is a hidden gem in the free-to-play gaming scene, offering potentially hundreds of hours of entertainment and dynamic gameplay. Let me know in the comments which game on this list is your favorite, but also what game you're gonna try out after watching this video. And if you're looking for more inspiration for games to play, I would highly recommend checking out the videos on the screen now, as I think you will also really like those. So check those out and I'll see you over there.